All right, well, go ahead and close your eyes when you are ready to. Eyes closed or just a soft gaze down toward your mat, depending on how you feel. Taking this time to just come into the room, really arrive in your body. And feel into that arrival. When you arrive in your body, you kind of feel yourself go from a little bit tense to a little more relaxed and grounded into the mat. Your breath might come easier. So maybe a few deep breaths just to settle even more. And remember, just because I say all these words, it doesn't mean that your mind is going to instantly follow suit. We know that our thoughts are busy. So we let them be what they are, and we focus on the breath. And we'll still get caught up in the thoughts. And then we just come back to our breath. And then we do that, thousands of times for the rest of our life. Sometimes there's that small gap of silence. So you start to feel just a little shift where you're here now. You can hear the sounds in the room. You know you're here with one another. You're on your mat, preparing to practice some asana. And we'll prepare the body a little more for that by deepening the breath. We're breathing in and out through the nose if that's available to us. If you're able to breathe in and out through your nose, then you can breathe as deeply as your lungs and your body allow you to. If you have to breathe in and out through your mouth, then you just keep the breath relatively easy. We don't do deep breaths in and out through the mouth. On your inhale, you feel your belly expand. Always the invitation to place your hands on your body, maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And on your exhale, you empty the belly by drawing the navel back toward the spine. And an option to bring in the ocean sound with that slight constriction in the throat, so we know it's easier to do on the exhale. It's like fogging up glass, but with your mouth closed on the exhale. And you get a feel of what's happening in your throat, and maybe you can maintain that sensation and bring it into your inhale. So then your breath becomes more audible. As you continue to breathe, I want to share a reminder that I came across last night that I love. This was a little more expanded reminder, and I couldn't possibly go into such detail as the person explaining it, but just the idea, it's not even an idea, the truth that we are whole and complete as we are. right? Because there's this notion in our society, especially, that there's something wrong with us all the time. Whatever it is, right? There's always some flow, some ebb and flow. If something is wrong with me, we feel broken, we feel whatever. And it's just not true. It doesn't mean that we can't adjust things to increase the vitality of our body and our mind and our energy, but we are ultimately whole beings, opening to remembering the wisdom within. And that dates back to the oldest scripture called the Vedas. The oldest in the world. So you might even silently repeat that to yourself. I am whole, perfect, and complete. And breathe it into your whole being. Your next inhale, feel as though you're breathing into your whole body, every cell. I am whole, perfect, and complete. Feel free to stay here a little longer, but if you're ready to move, then go ahead and take your hands behind your back and grab a hold of your left wrist and straighten your arms a little bit. Allow this to drop the shoulders back, to lift the heart. The chin will inhale. And on the exhale, coming into an easy fold, mindful of how the low back feels. So you don't want to put any strain on the low back. Just fold wherever you can. At this point in our practice, just into Yoga Mudra, sealing in the wisdom that you just generated through that centering practice. Take one more breath down here in this fold if you're there. And on your next inhale, roll it up, releasing the arms out and up. Big reach up toward the sky. Lift the shoulders, and on the exhale, lower the right arm first, keeping the left arm up, reach through the fingertips, inhale, and on your exhale, release the left arm down, and then we'll switch it up a little bit. Inhale, right arm comes up, we reach, and exhale, right arm comes down. Inhale, left, and exhale, left. Dropping the chin toward the chest, sit up a little bit taller so you can draw the shoulders back, keeping the heart lifted. On an exhale, roll your head to the right shoulder. So the ear stacks over the shoulder. You open the left side, holding here. Take a breath into the left side of your neck. And then next inhale, rolls the chin back down. And we exhale over to the left side, opening the right side of the neck. Take a breath. And the chin comes back down. Let it drop, really draw the chin toward the chest and take a breath into the back side of your neck. Lifting your head back to center. Interlock the fingers behind your neck for support, keeping your mouth open just a bit as you slowly drop your head back, opening the front side of the neck, the throat. Take a deep breath. to neutral, releasing the arms down. Go ahead and switch up the legs. We're going to do one more little visual here. You can bring your hands to your knees, eyes are closed, and we're going to imagine that there's a circle around our mat. So a perfect circle. So maybe you're a visual person and this is easy to visualize, or maybe you're a sensing person so you can sense this. So do whichever works for you, whichever sense detail works for you. Maybe it's both. So a circle around your mat. Allow the color of that circle to come to you, whatever color comes to mind. And then that circle becomes a sphere, right? So a ball around you, spherical, three-dimensional, all around you. And then using your senses, like I said, visualizing, sensing, whatever you can bring into it, bring in objects from nature that could be placed around you for your practice today. As we set up a little mini mandala around ourselves for our practice today. And we're going to work in a more circular pattern once we get moving. So it could be anything from nature, trees, water, rocks, animals that you feel connected to, flowers, herbs. I want to feel kind of a lively mandala or sphere. What's above you and around you. And once you feel that you have this visual, you can just be relaxed with it. You don't have to hold on to it for the whole class or anything. Once it's set up, you can relax and just come back to your breath and then start to circle the torso. You start to move into the hips a little bit. The core is slightly engaged here as we circle the torso. So we're not flexing the spine. We're just circling the torso, keeping the spine pretty straight in this movement. And then you can make the circles bigger and bigger. And notice what direction you chose to circle around, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise. We'll go in both directions to balance it out. And we're breathing and moving and starting to notice how our body feels this morning as we create more space through movement. And when you're ready to, take it back to center and then go ahead and change direction. So we circle in the opposite direction, small to big. Again, just noticing, observing the different sensations in the body. And observing the mind. Thoughts that pass by. Good. And then from here we can move into our seated barrel rolls. So now we do bring the spine into it, right? As we rock forward. Good morning. And we're rounding back, and we're breathing big circles. And when you're ready to, you can change direction. Lots of movement in the spine, the hips, the shoulders. Deep breath. Good. Take it back to center. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin, lean forward. And on your exhale, rock back, seated cat-cow. We'll do a few rounds here and then we'll switch up the legs once again so we can keep the hips even in the process of creating space throughout the body. So after about 3 to 5 rounds, switch. Coming back up to table. Make sure your blocks are handy because you might want them. And we're taking the left foot forward. Tucking the right toes, lifting the knee. Sorry, your will grab those for you. So you're in your lunge here, looking forward, nice length between the top of your head and the right heel. Take a breath. And then let's open the back foot. So turn the back foot out. Again, use a block to the inside or the outside of the left foot. And let's take the right arm up toward the sky. So a variation of side angle. Finding your breath here. We're going to circle the right arm. Make circles. Catch a gaze on your thumb and follow your thumb as you circle it around. Doesn't matter which direction you chose because we'll circle in both directions. And just keep breathing. When you're ready to change direction, slow circles. See if you can drop into your hips a little more, a deeper bend in the front leg. Maybe lifting those front toes, finding a little more engagement in the core so we extend from the hips. And the next time the right hand comes forward, go ahead and set it down so you're back in your lunge. And we're stepping back again to plank. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly lower down. We'll inhale, peel it up to cobra. Maybe come up a little higher this time. Lengthen the back of your neck. Engage your glutes. Toes into mat, back to down dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Soften the elbows. Head between the arms, hanging free. Turn your head from side to side. And then inhale up to your toes. Nice and slow, we exhale, knees come down. And we step the right foot forward. Come into lunge, so we tuck the back toes, lift the knee. We find our alignment here from the crown of the head to the left heel. And then from there, turning the back foot out. Again, a block to the inside or outside of the right foot. And we reach the right arm up toward the sky. And we start to make our circles, gazing toward the thumb, breathing as we move. Simultaneously, we're aware of the hips and seeing if we can bend a little bit deeper into the front leg. We can drop into the hips a little more. And then a slow transition to change the direction of your circles, maintaining the gaze toward the thumb. Relaxing or lifting the front toes if you find that they're clinging to the mat. And the next time that left arm comes forward, we'll set it down back to our lunge. Good. Inhale, plank. Find that shift forward. Exhale, slowly lower, keeping the elbows in. Inhale, peel it up to cobra. Good. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath. Inhale up to your toes. And on the exhale, slowly knees come down. So you feel your core engaged as you lower your knees down. Good. And then we're taking the left foot forward. Tuck the back toes. Come to your lunge. Turn the back foot out. We're circling this right arm forward and up. Forward and back, actually. Forward, up, and back. Warrior two. I won't complicate it. Warrior two. Good. So the left knee is bent. It's tracking straight ahead toward the toes. The arms are lifted, hands are just above the shoulders, so you can relax your shoulders here. Turn your head toward your left shoulder, drop your chin, find your breath. Crown of the head lengthens toward the sky. Maybe sink down a little more. Good. Next inhale, turn the left foot forward. Right, so left and right foot are going in the same direction. Inhale, arms come up. On your exhale, folding flat back for as long as you can in this wide leg fold. Drop your head. Bend your knees if you need to. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, back to your fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, we're walking our hands toward our right foot. So you're gonna turn toward the back of the room, come into a lunge. Good, take a breath. And then we're stepping back to down dog. Hi guys. We'll inhale up to our toes. And exhale, release the heels down. Let's inhale the left leg up toward the sky. And on your exhale, draw that knee in toward your nose, round your back, and then look between your hands and step forward. We're gonna turn the right foot out. And on an inhale, rise up to warrior two. We're looking over the left fingertips now, bending into the left knee. Finding your breath. Crown reaches toward the sky. Hands are above the shoulders. Sink down a little on your next exhale. Then your inhale will turn that left foot forward, arms come up. We exhale, fold. Wide leg fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your fold 2 more times with that, finding more depth each time you fold. Good, and then we walk toward the right foot, so we come back to a lunge at the top of our mat. Good. Let's inhale back to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, rise up to cobra. And we're taking it back to child's pose. Your choice, knees together or knees out wide. Settle back toward the heels if your knees feel okay. We'll take 2 more breaths here. When you're ready to rise, come back up to table. Find your alignment for your barrel rolls once again and begin to circle around. Keep the core engaged and see if you can find bigger circling this time. Now that we've created a little more space in the body, really move with this one. A few times in each direction. So when you're ready to change direction, slow transition, staying with the breath. Good, coming back to neutral, knees back to hip width. Feeling strong here, so even weight distribution in the hands. We're gonna lift the right knee out to the side. So lift the right knee and then start to circle the knee. Make circles with your knee. Maybe you start smaller and then you grow the circles. And once the circles are as big as you can get them, you change direction and you start with big circles, gradually getting smaller until you come back to stillness and release the knee back down. Switch sides, left knee lifts, and we start to make circles, small to big, finding your breath. So you get to the big circles, change direction. Big to small. Eventually leading you back to stillness, where you release back to center. Leaning into the left hand, we take the right arm out and up, big reach. And on the exhale, reach under. We're not coming in to thread the needle, just reach way over, even turn your head left. And then we open again, inhale. This is more for the twist. Exhale, take it under, turn your head. One more time, inhale. Good, reach way over, turn your head. Inhale the arm out wide, hold it there for a breath. And then set your hand down as we move to the other side. So we inhale, reach it up, left arm. Exhale, reach it through, turn your head toward the right shoulder. Good, inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Last one, inhale, open. Arm comes out wide as you come back to center, reach through the fingertips. Feel the core engage, and then go ahead and set the left hand down. Good. We're coming into down dog. Deep breath. Inhale, right leg out and up. Reach the right leg way up toward the sky. On the exhale, the knee comes in toward the nose, round your back. Look between your hands and step through. Turning the left foot out, let's circle this left arm to lift us to warrior two. This time we're turning the palms up toward the sky. Hands are still above the shoulders. Lengthen the spine up as you lower down. One breath. Good. Next inhale, we take the arms up, turn that right foot forward, reach. On your exhale, forward fold, wide leg, standing A. Drop way in. Very mindfully pull yourself deeper into this fold. And if you'd like, grab a hold of your big toes, index finger, middle finger. If that doesn't work, shins always work. And then inhale to your halfway lift from there with that hold. And exhale, draw yourself back in. Keep finding that depth without force. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel the weight shift back towards your heels, your hips. Engage the core. Exhale, back to your fold. Last one, inhale. And exhale, fold. Good. Hands come down as you walk towards your left foot, finding your lunge there. Turning back. Deep breath. And we're stepping back to plank. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, rise up to cobra. Maybe up dog now. Engage the core as you pull it back to down dog. And find your breath here. We'll take 3 breaths. Feel the heels release toward the mat. Maybe you lift your toes. Soften the elbows. Step your feet closer together. Inhale, right leg comes out and up. Big, big reach. On your exhale, knee in toward nose, around your back. And then look between your hands, step through. We turn the back foot out. Heels are aligned as we circle the left arm to lift us to warrior two. Right knee is bent. Good. Lengthen the spine up toward the sky as you lower down. Palms are turned up. Take a look at the back arm. Make sure that back arm is in line with the right. Turn your chin as far as it will go toward the right shoulder. Let your next inhale lift you up. Turning the right foot forward, reach the arms up. Maybe pigeon toe the feet in as you exhale. Standing A, come into your fold. Toe hold if you wish. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, draw in. 2 more times. Use your breath, find your depth. The next time you fold, walk it toward the left foot as you come into a lunge back at the top of your mat. And then we inhale back to plank. Rock forward as you exhale, lower down, keeping the elbows in. And we inhale, peel it up to cobra. Let's exhale, lower down. Take your hands further down towards your hips, elbows in, feet together. Inhale, forward up, cobra. Good. Tuck your toes. Strong core. Down dog. Deep breath. Let's take 5 of them here. Really release through the head, the neck, the shoulders by softening the elbows, lifting the hips high. When you're ready to release, come up on your toes. And then exhale, that slow release, knees come down. Maybe find a hover above the mat where the core engages. You're looking between your hands. Then you set it down and come into child's pose. Maybe arms come down by your legs this time to give your shoulders a rest. Roll your wrists. Reset. And breathe. Maybe bring that visual of the mandala back. You're in child's pose in the middle of your beautiful sphere that you're nourishing through the practice today. So maybe it's more vibrant. Maybe some more of nature begins to appear. If you couldn't see the sky above you before, maybe now you can. Is it daytime or is it nighttime? We'll take one more breath here. You're ready to rise, come back up into table. Preparing for the barrel rolls again, so set yourself up. And again, mindfully move the body, move the hips in these big circles. Spread your fingers nice and wide so you can really feel the weight evenly distributed in the hands. So you can move with more ease. When you're ready to, that slow transition to change direction. Good, we take it forward into our up dog or cobra. Holding here for a breath, lengthen the back of your neck. Really engage the back side of the body for that support. Good. Point your toes into the mat. Down dog. Deep breath. Inhale, left leg out and up. Big reach. So you're up on your right toes. Left toes are reaching toward the sky. Next exhale, draws the left knee in toward the nose, like you're really trying to touch. Then you look between your hands, step through. Lunge. Turn the back foot out. We're circling to our warrior two. Once again, open, palms up. Check the back arm so the arms are aligned. Sink down. Breathe. Feel the stillness. And then once your next inhale, take that left foot forward, reach the arms up. Now we're turning feet out, so slide your heels in as you exhale to goddess. Nice. Tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine. Hold here and breathe. Elbows and shoulders align. You can bring movement, rocking from side to side. Reach the arms up toward the sky. We're circling the arms. Take it toward the right leg. Make big circles with your hands. You're drawing the biggest circle. Bend and straighten your legs to maximize the circle. Use the core. Find your breath. And change direction. The next time you come back up, keep your arms up. Point your toes forward or point them in slightly. Reach. On your exhale, back to standing A. Maybe you're holding your toes. Lifting 3 times. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, draw in. See where that takes you. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here and breathe. Relax your shoulders. Draw the crown of the head toward the floor. And then bending the knees as you walk your hands towards your right foot and you turn to your lunge. Good. Let's inhale to plank. Again, knees up or down. Rock forward, exhale, slowly lower down, as slow as you can. Slide your hands back as you inhale, rise up to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, take it back to down dog. Let's find our breath here. Step your feet together. And you straighten your legs a little more. Maybe with legs straight, you rock your hips from side to side. Your head hangs. Your breath slows down. One more breath here. Inhale, left leg out and up. Come way up on your right toes. On your exhale, step through. Turn the back foot out. Heels are aligned as we rise to warrior 2. Turn the palms up. Sink down. Reach the crown toward the sky. Smooth the breath out. Next inhale, both feet turn out, reach the arms up. We exhale as we come into our goddess. Tucking the tailbone so it points down toward the mat. Find the breath. Maybe lower down a little bit more, knowing there's just one more breath here. And then your inhale presses you up. Reach up toward the sky. And then begin the circles on your exhale. Breath and movement. Hands make big, big circles. A few times in each direction. The next time you come toward that right foot, take it into a lunge at the top of your mat. Good. Last one, we inhale back to plank. On your exhale, shift forward, lower down, slow. And then we inhale, rise up, cobra or up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Find your breath. Smooth it out. Slow it down. Inhale up to your toes. On your exhale, we slowly lower the knees once again. So as they lower, hover, look between your hands. Last time we're doing this. And then knees come down, child's pose. Let it all go. And breathe. Taking as many breaths here as you'd like. And when you're ready to, you'll come up to a seated position. An easy cross leg, but with one foot in front of the other if your hips allow. And really, obviously mindful of how your body feels, but try to pull this back foot close in. And sit up tall, hands on knees to help that. Close your eyes. Back to your breath. Allow your breath to settle. Once you feel your breath has settled, take your right hand, index finger, middle finger to the center of your forehead. So your thumb and your ring finger are free. Rest that arm on your chest so you're not having to hold that arm out. So you drop your chin just the slightest bit. And then gently block the right nostril and inhale in through the left side. When you're ready to exhale, block the left side and exhale out the right side. Next inhale comes in through the right. Blocking right, exhale left. Inhale left. Remember to go at your own pace. I'm just guiding the process. And exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Inhale left. And exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Take a few rounds on your own. And finish up with an exhale out the left side. You get to that point, releasing your hand down, staying in this mindful place. You'll support yourself onto your back to prepare for Shavasana. So if you get there and your body feels like it needs anything else, then take a minute or so, move through those postures before you come into stillness on your back. And if you want to stay in meditation, of course you can. Breathing gently. And slowly allowing the mandala, the image of the mandala, to come back to you. And just taking a moment to explore it from this posture, from this place in your practice. The energy that you created within it. You're kind of basking in that energy because it's your own sphere, ball of energy. So take some deep breaths in that wholeness. As we come back to our original thought that we are perfect, whole, and complete. And we can take that mandala, including this version of yourself right now, and shrink it way, way down and let it reside in a room in your heart. And be sure to leave the door of that room open enough so that way you can pull from it what you need when you need it. When you're ready to bring in some small movements, start with your fingers and your toes. And just make it a gradual process of little stretches, deepening the breath. Maybe that leads you to bigger stretches before eventually you roll onto your right side and you curl up there. Moving at your own pace, and eventually that brings you up to a seated position. Take your time. Hands at heart center. Just breathing. Before we close our practice. Namaste. Thank you. You made it back on. Did you lose power? No, I think the computer died.